like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, all of our YouTube videos. Hit that like button as y'all come in. Like I tell y'all, wipe y'all feet before you enter this house. Hit that like button as y'all come in, man. Get the notifications out there. Please, please, please. All hit that, as well as go ahead and hit that Cash App that's available right there. $ BJ Matthews. I will continue to keep that up through the duration of the show. You guys can show your love to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast for this great content that we drop to y'all. Or if you guys have a comment that y'all want to drop into the chat, if I don't get a chance to see it, hit that super sticker button or that super comment button right below the video. That button that says thanks on the same line where it says like, subscribe. Scroll to the left. You'll be able to see that button that says thanks with the $. Y'all can send your love with the super comment right there. Don't forget as well, get those membership badges as we continuously tell y'all, man. We have a lot of great stuff coming for the upcoming NBA season, for the 2023-2024 season. Make sure y'all get those membership badges. Yeah, we got a lot of good things to talk about today, man. And I did so much research on this subject that we're about to talk about. And I know a lot of people did reaction videos right after, like right after the video or after the situation happened. But y'all know me. I keep telling y'all, I like to do my research to give y'all the most quality content. So a lot of times with subjects like this, or, situations like this, I will be one of the final people that actually expound on it, because, it's not about who's first. It's about who's right. All right. Let's get into it, man. Shout out to Mrs. Tay, our moderator. She says, hit the like button. Thank y'all for your support. Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you coming in with that, Mrs. Tay. Plays for Keep. What's up, little bro? He says, salute, BJ. Salute, Plays for Keep. How you doing, brother? How you doing? The realist was good, my guy. Salute to you, my guy. Salute, salute. Appreciate you coming in today as well, bro. Let's see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All my people coming here, make sure to hit the like button, as well as hit me in the comment section. Let me know that y'all in here. I will be going into a lot of detail today. A lot of detail, a lot of, opening talking points, and a lot of stuff I don't think people have gotten a chance to really expound on. So that's why I'm here to, fill the dots in and connect the dots and fill in the spots, man. So that's all I'm here to do for y'all. So let's get it popping. All right. So the most, I would say the most talked about news right now is the was in a situation this past Monday where it's probably cost him not only the chance to play with the team again, but also playing in the NBA again. He was in a situation that happened, I believe, Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. He was called in, reported by the police that him and his girlfriend had an altercation at a New York Manhattan hotel. And it turned out to be pretty serious. They're now NBA is now investigating this situation. And, Kevin Porter Jr. was taken in. He was released on bail. I think there was like 75,000 or something like that. He was, or 750,000, something like that, somewhere in the sevens. He was released on jail on bond, I believe, if not the same day, definitely the day after. He's been in a situation where now the NBA is investigating this whole thing. So let's go ahead and go into the report that was reported the day of the situation, because y'all know I like to use different images and pictures and things of that nature. So let's start from the top. Let me move this out the way so y'all can see this. Right here it says, despite being a couple for over a year, it turned out that Kevin Porter Jr. and Kysre, which is his girlfriend, had a bitter relationship as a Houston Rockets guard was arrested in New York City on Monday, September 11, 2023. That's the same day, September 11. Y'all remember the history, 9/11, where, the U.S. Capitol or World Trade Center was attacked by terrorists. So, that's going to be ever for a day in America that we remember, September 11, 2001. So on Monday, he was arrested for allegedly assaulting her. Shocked eyewitnesses have described their horror at seeing Kevin Porter Jr. allegedly embroiled in a furious fight with his girlfriend Kysre Gondrezick. I hope I said it correctly. I hope I said her name correctly. That led to the NBA star's arrest for assault and strangulation. The Houston Rockets guard stunned workers in New York City's plush Millennium Hilton Hotel on Monday morning after allegedly assaulting former WNBA player Gondrezick. So this woman that Kevin Porter Jr. was in the WNBA, and we're going to get into her background as well as this story continues. It says two hotel employees and a guest who spoke on the condition of Inami told the U.S. Sun numerous complaints were made to the front desk before cops arrived at Porter was arrested. Let's continue. It says right here, Gondrezick said Porter applied pressure to her neck by forcibly squeezing it, causing her to experience difficulty breathing, redness, and bruising to her neck, and substantial pain. That's what the complaint said, according to the police report. Prosecutors said Porter did not stop until Gondrezick ran out into the hallway covered in blood. All right, I want y'all to remember these quotes that I'm telling y'all because we're going to come back to them after, I go through everything that's been talked about. Here's another update right here. It said how the whole situation, kind of came about. It said the latest updates in the case alleged that Porter Jr. was out late on the night of the assault and ended up locked out of his hotel room. Right. So he was locked out of his hotel. That's why I said it happened around, I think, 6 a.m. in the morning. After getting assistance from hotel staff and getting into his room, Porter Jr. allegedly began to physically assault Kysre Gondrezick, who was asleep at the time. So this cat ended up assaulting her while she was sleeping. So of course at 6:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. most of us are pretty much in bed sleeping. So that's what turned out to happen. So as far as that goes, that's what happened as far as the actual situation. Like I said, Kevin Porter Jr. after that was taken into custody for that, assault. As y'all come in here, man, hey, make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Smash that like button as y'all come in here. According to Shams Charania, this is a guy who's a NBA insider. He reported this on Monday afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. Or I'm sorry, this is Wednesday, I believe, Wednesday. He said the Rockets are actively engaged with multiple teams on a Kevin Porter Jr. trade, incentivizing a deal with several draft picks, sources say. Explain the reasoning behind all of it on the stadium. Okay, so like I told y'all, Kevin Porter Jr. is now being looked at as possibly going to be traded off the Houston Rockets. He had a deal of $16.7 million, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's guaranteed, but that was what he was up to make for this upcoming season. Now that the situation is going on, it's pretty much right now null and void. All right. So let's stop right there for a minute. Okay. So we got the information of what happened. We got the reports from the prosecutors. We got what allegedly took place. All right. I'm going to use the word alleged a lot because, like I said, it seem like both parties haven't talked outside of what their attorneys have said. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about the woman's attorney. Now, in the waking of that, we actually have a certain family member who got involved after hearing the news. And that person is Kysre Gondrezick's sister. I'm going to go ahead and put a picture up of this lady. So Kevin Porter Jr., of course, is on the right, the guy with the Houston Rockets jersey. Kysre, the woman that's his girlfriend, is in the middle, the one with the tank top. That's, luckily she's playing basketball on the court. And then her sister is on the left. I can't pronounce. I think her name is Calabria. I think that's her name. Her last name is Haskins because she was married to a former football player who recently passed away in a unfortunate accident. And I'm gonna talk about that as well because we're gonna go into I'm telling you a lot of details about this whole situation. So y'all just sit back and hold tight. The woman on the left is this woman's sister. So in the waking hours of hearing what happened to her sister, according to the reports, she went to her Instagram story and posted this on her stories. Um, as y'all can see, this is her IG right here. It says she tagged Kevin Porter Jr., which is the guy who is in the picture. If you think you're gonna touch my sister, not get touched, count your effing days. Better hope and pray you'll be able to ever walk again, let alone dribble. You may have gotten away with this in the past because your mama ain't beat your A, but we spank little punk, painting Nelly, paint Nell sissy bees like you every day. Don't show up at that crib to that crib. We're gonna do it to you, little B. Okay. So that was her sister, speaking on, what happened in the waking hours of the situation. Now, of course, when I heard this story, like I said, I'm not really somebody that is a big Kevin Porter guy. I do know about his game because I know the NBA. He's a player that has a lot of promise. He's a player that, I'm saying, has a lot of. He's 23 years old. He has a lot of game. He's a young stud. So now that this didn't happen, it's kind of put a monkey wrench into his plans and for the future. So I want to talk about this guy first before I get into Mrs. Kysre and her sister and then the rest of the situation, because everything ties into one. And y'all smash that like button as y'all come in here. Please smash that like button. Kevin Porter Jr., his background, a lot of times when you talk about a person's behavior, you gotta look at what their history is, their background is. KPJ has he's not unfamiliar with negative situations in his life, violence, seeing violence, come from a single mother household. His father was murdered when he was 4 years old. He's from Seattle, Washington. So he really kind of came up in a lifestyle that was not really conducive and was not really of a positive outlook. Typical urban kid. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really have the he didn't really have the knowledge of actually knowing how to, actually control his emotions. Just one thing after another, right? So if we look at his background, this isn't something that, Kevin Porter Jr. is not really attuned to. Like I said, he came into the league in 2019. So he's been in the league for a little, like I think going to his fourth season. If you go back to, even in college, from here on out, he's been into multiple situations. If you go down the timeline, in August 2020, right here it says, Porter was accused to have punched and pulled a woman's hair in downtown Cleveland because he used to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers before he came to the Houston Rockets. He said the altercation reportedly took place while the woman was arguing with Porter Jr.'s sister. There were no charges relating to this incident. So he's accused of punching and he pulling a woman's hair because the woman, I guess there is, if not one, but a few getting into it, Porter Jr.'s sister. So he got involved obviously and actually, punched the woman and, pulled her hair. That was one incident that happened in Cleveland. Another incident that happened in the same city. So he still was able to stay with the team because, again, I told y'all his talent level was definitely there. He's up and coming great player. So he was able to get more leeway, more of a leash. So after that incident, they suspended him, of course, and they brought him back the next following season. He gets into it with the Cavaliers management. It says January 2021. Former Cleveland GM Kobe Altman hit his limit when Porter had an alleged outburst over a miscommunicated locker room configuration. Shortly after the Cavs shipped him to the Houston Rockets, he finished his time with the Cavaliers with 50 games played, averaging 10 points per game with 3.2 rebounds and 2.2 assists per game. All right, so this incident happened. This was the last straw that he had, broke the camel's back. Apparently, there was a situation where his locker was moved for another player's. And when he found that out, he went into a huge tirade and actually got into it with the Cavaliers management. When I say that, I'm talking about the head coach and the manager of the team, which is Kobe Altman. Like I said, there's certain situations that happen in sports where your locker may get moved or you may be in a different spot. Well, he was upset because they didn't let him know or tell him that his locker was moved and he went into a tirade and he got into it with the upper management. I think he threw, I don't know, food or something at them, and that was pretty much the end of the straw. They traded him to the Houston Rockets. All right, but that doesn't stop there. Again, this is a timeline. You go, he gets traded to the Houston Rockets. The next season, not even a whole season, a whole year goes by. January 2022, a halftime blow up. It said, according to reports, Porter had a mid-game exchange with assistant coach John Lucas. So John Lucas was the assistant coach of the Houston Rockets. He said, while facing the Nuggets on January 1st, the guard threw an object at the coach and had to be separated from him. The team listed him as questionable to return to the game, though it was later reported he went to his car and drove home. Okay. Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in here. Make sure y'all smash that like button. We get into arguments with your coaches. You're not gonna like every single coach that you get with. You're gonna have, disputes sometime if you play basketball long enough. But they said that he actually threw an object at this coach. Now, keep in mind, Coach John Lucas is a respected figure in the game, in the NBA. It's effective old head. So it must have been something very, very, serious for him to actually go out there and just go into the locker room and throw something at him, and they had to be separated from the team. So that was January 2022. And then, of course, this is the last one right here that just happened. On Monday, arrested for felony assault and strangulation charges. The alleged attack left Gondrezick with a fractured neck vertebrae and a deep cut above her eye. Prosecutor said he didn't stop until his girlfriend ran out into the hallway covered in blood. All right. Now, like I say, it's very easy to see that Kevin Porter Jr., when I see him and I look at him, he has a very, very hard time with self-control. He has a very, very hard time with controlling his emotions. He has a very, very hard time with structure. He has a very, very hard time with authority. Because it's not just this situation that happened. It's the fact that he's went back with his coach, threw an object at him, got into it with GM. There was an incident in college, actually, too, where he actually was suspended for conduct, code of conduct from the team. He was just suspended for that. There was an incident in Miami as well where he actually smashed the DJ's laptop. I don't know the specific details of what happened. And that's another thing. A lot of these situations, you don't know, they don't have no actual situation like what was said or what happened for him to actually, have a blow up. There was no type of, situation saying what actually happened. It was just that he blew up. He blew up here with the, Houston Rockets coach. He blew up here with the Cavs GM. Even with the whole assault thing in Cleveland with the woman, like, was it multiple women attacking his sister for him to actually, have to intervene and, punch the woman and, pull her hair down? There's not really enough detail in these situations where I can sit up there and say, okay, well, this guy, either had a right to defend himself or it was just, him bugging out. But nonetheless, just by me looking at what, his lifestyle is and how he grew up in his background, it's easy to see how he can go off the right path. I mean, like I said, all the time, without a strong male presence in somebody's life, you're pretty much at a disadvantage, especially a young black man's life. You're at a disadvantage. And I keep telling people this over and over and over. And no matter what society tries to tell us or what society tries to prove to us that, you don't need a man in your life and kids don't need the father, I'll say this. If you don't have a father, I'm not going to say you need that prep, but you do need it. When you have a male presence in your life, it makes an entirely huge difference. And I'm not speaking that because of just willing. I'm speaking that through an experience. Let me explain something to y'all, because I told y'all before, y'all getting to know me very, very deeply. I'm a black man, 30 years old, never had a criminal record, don't have any baby mama drama, no kids out of wedlock, never had any domestic violence charges My rap sheet's clean. And I don't say that to brag. I don't say that to be like, oh, I'm better than any. No, I'm saying that because I want to tell y'all this. A person who has that type of rap sheet in a country like this or in a world like this where the disadvantages are already against you, that's an accomplishment almost, damn near. The numbers and statistics do not favor black men for actually having a clean record. It is what it is. From the environments that we grow up in, from the situations we're put in, they're not very high in our favor to have success when it comes to having a clean record. Something's going to fall. Either want to have, be in jail. I think there was a statistic reading. I think majority of black men, you're going to at least be in prison or in jail at least one time in your life. Like that's the numbers. I don't know if I think my barber told me this. I was like my jaw dropped when I heard the statistic, and I said that, wow, that's the numbers. And he's like, yeah, if you are, I think in 2001, I believe every 1 1/3 black man was you're likely to be going to prison. So pretty much when you walk outside every day, y'all do your regular everyday routine, you run into people all the time. If you see black men throughout the day, that means at least one of them you're likely have been in prison or been in jail. Now that's messed up to say that because that's to say like, oh, black men create crimes. It's not that's not the thing. That's not the situation that black men do that's not the situation. It's been systematically put in place for the certain laws and certain guidelines for black men who commit crimes. They get the jail sentences, the lengthy imprisonments, all that stuff, getting arrested for certain things that they put into the bylaws that make it worse. They actually incriminate black men more than any other race. And again, it's not because black men create all these crimes and stuff like we're the only ones that doing it or we're the most that's doing it. That's how systematically it was put in place. It was done out on purpose. Y'all got to remember, this stuff goes back to slavery times. This goes back to the civil rights movement. This goes back to the crack epidemic. This goes back to certain situations where things are systematically put in place for you to be at a disadvantage. It's called bending the rules, right? So if you want to know a little bit about keeping your nose clean, you might want to address or ask the black men who actually haven't had to deal with this type of nonsense. Now, I don't make these videos just to make them. I make these videos because I really want to be something or somebody that can actually speak to people that actually looking for advice and help. This dude needs counseling. This dude needs help. It's amazing to me that people needs help. No other way around it. Now, ask me, do y'all think that do I think that this guy put hands on her? Yeah, I know he did. Even when you look at this picture right here, this is a picture of a guy who feels like he feels ashamed that he messed up. I'm very good with reading things and reading people. That's a gift that I have. Reading situations, seeing things before it happens. I'm very, very good at that. I'm very gifted at that. When I look at this picture of Kevin Porter Jr., it looks like a guy who knows what he did. He messed up, and because of all the incidents previously, he knows that his life could be flashing before his eyes. Remember, all those incidents I just told y'all, he's been getting away with because of his talent. High school, he was a star player. He was Mr. Basketball in the I think in the country. He was the fourth draft pick. He was a big star at USC in college. He was a draft pick going to the NBA. He got in trouble with his first team in Cleveland. He got in trouble with Houston, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the new coach that they have, Ime Udoka, I'm pretty sure he probably had a sit down with this kid. So now He's looking at the situation like, okay, well, you know, he knows that he let his emotions get in the best of him. And I keep telling men all the time, you have got to be in control of the situation at hand. Because if not, it can put you in situations like this. Now this guy is going to have to deal with legal troubles, court, and also some other things I'm about to address in a second. It's not worth it. That's why I named this whole thing Toxicity Isn't Normal. And when I talk about toxicity, I'm talking about there's two sides to this. Because I'm gonna get on the other party too. Y'all thought I was just gonna get on him. I'm doing him first because he's the one who is about to lose a lot of money, time, and it's a situation that men do that's just not smart. Now, apparently, the woman that he was dealing with or he's with, Kysre Gondrezick, that's her name. That's her right there on the right, and that's her again in the middle. Now they started dating back in 2022, where that's when they actually, start their relationship. It became public. Now, this woman, Kysre, is a former basketball player herself. She has a background in basketball. Her father played basketball in the NBA. I think his name was Grant. She is of mixed descent. She's black and white. She played, I think, at University of Michigan and the University of Virginia. She's 20, I think she's 27 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So she's a little bit older than this dude. That's gonna make a big difference when I, talk about that as well. So she comes from a basketball background as well. And she and him, like I said, got together in 2022. The reports that was reported that he, allegedly put his hands around her throat and then started repeatedly punching her. That was the initial reports that was reported after the incident, after the situation that happened on Tuesday. He said Gondrezick said that's her. She said Porter applied pressure to her neck by forcibly squeezing it, causing her to experience difficulty breathing, redness, and bruising to her neck, and substantial pain, the complaint said. Right? That's what that's what she reported. And said prosecutors said Porter didn't stop until Gondrezick ran out into the hallway covered in blood. That's what was initially reported. And I think the other part said the latest updates in the case alleged that Porter Jr. was out late on the night on the assault and ended up locked out of his hotel room after getting assistance from the hotel staff and getting into his room. Porter Jr. allegedly began to physically assault Kysre Gondrezick, who was asleep at the time. Now, okay, I'm gonna go back to that. I want y'all to remember this part, what I just said, and make sure y'all smash the like button as people coming in. So she said that he put his hands around her neck and squeezed until she damn near passed out. He reportedly hit her numerous of times until she ran out covered in blood. He got in the room not because he forcefully got in there. He asked for his key from the front desk. Thursday, after some days had passed, and after her sister got involved, there were some things that actually changed and moved around in the story. It says right here, major detail in Rockets Kevin Porter assault case is wrong. He said Kysre Gondrezick, 26, said she didn't suffer a broken bone in her neck. That was the one thing that y'all can see on the top. It says she did not suffer a broken bone in her neck and her vertebrae. It actually, they said that was she has a collateral condition that she was actually born with. But the reports were saying that she had a broken bone in her neck. That's what the initial reports is. But according to this, it's saying those reports were wrong. And let me go a little bit further. It says statements that were attributed to her were not her words, said Gondrezick's lawyer, Robert Hartman, referring to a criminal complaint. She said He didn't strike her repeatedly. He's a big guy. If he hit her repeatedly, she would have a broken jaw. So again, this is not coming from Kevin Porter Jr.'s lawyer. This is coming from her lawyer. She says statements that were attributed to her were not her words, said Gondrezick's lawyer, Robert Hampman, referring to a criminal complaint. She says he didn't strike her repeatedly. He's a big guy. If he hit her repeatedly, she'd have a broken jaw. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, BJ, she probably got scared. She got spooked off. This guy probably told her something. And, throughout the last couple of days, trying to force her not to press charges or change her story. We've seen that all the time, right? And I definitely understand that point. I definitely agree with y'all. There's abusers. There's people out here who physically harm their spouses. And if you've not just physically, but mentally and emotionally damaged them, then it's a good chance that the person being abused will go back and actually change out what they actually previously wrote. That's definitely happens. That definitely goes on. Again, I want to bring up her sister, Kysre Gondrezick, or Calabrami Haskins. Now, the sister is on the left, and on the right is her husband, Dwayne Haskins. Now, if y'all don't know Dwayne Haskins passed away, I believe, last year through a actually unfortunate situation where he was struck by a truck in Florida that instantly killed him. I think the truck hit him so hard he flew, or he was pushed back. I don't know how many feet, but he didn't survive the accident. Of course he didn't. So as you can see on the left, right here, y'all can tell that this is a mugshot. Of course, that's a mugshot that the sisters, that sister is in right there. So what tends to happen was she was arrested for a dispute after, striking her husband and making him lose a tooth. Through a dispute, I'm gonna read the story right here. This just happened. This happened in Vegas. It said the wife of Pittsburgh Steelers backup quarterback Dwayne Haskins is charged with domestic battery after a July 3rd incident at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. Kysre Gondrezick Haskins, 23, is accused of knocking out one of his teeth when she punched him after a disagreement, according to an arrest report obtained by the I-Team. A piece of his tooth was found on the floor of a room at the Cosmopolitan. Haskins told Metro police officers the couple had a verbal argument in the past, but nothing physical. He said, and I quote, "I want her out of my room," Haskins told a security officer at the Cosmopolitan. "She hit me and cut my lip open." Okay? That's what was happening between these two. And I'm going to tell you why this is important in a minute. So, verbal altercation between these two. It could have been about, something about, I think what I read was that they all went out in the group. I think Dwayne Haskins had his friends, and then she had her friends. And he ended up not actually, I guess, waiting for her, or, accompanying her. And when they got back to the room, they got into a verbal altercation, which led to what y'all just read here, of her actually striking him in the mouth and making him lose a tooth. Now, I think I remember in a actual IG video that Dwayne Haskins tried to shut it down, as if it wasn't that bad what his wife did. Okay, so he tried to make it seem like this was just fake reporting, but what the reports right here said that they found a tooth in his room, and then he verbally said, "I want her out of my room. She hit me and cut my lip open." Okay, so they have all this stuff documented. The Metro Police, it's very, very, detailed what happened. So I bring that up to bring this. When people tell me that this woman, Kysre, is afraid for her life. And when they say, well, basically, she could be so scared of her life of, this man retaliating in a vengeance and coming after her. I got two things to say. Number one, he's required to stay away from her. That's another thing in the report that I did not report. He's required to stay away from her. He has I think there's that he cannot come near her, cannot have any contact with her until the case opens. Or I think October 16th, that's when he's supposed to appear in court. He cannot have any contact with her. That's the rule. So that, and it seemed like to me her sister is as violent or allegedly as violent as him. I mean, she already put out on Front Street what she would do to him, and I guess another group of men would do to him when they see him. So for me, when I see this, because usually people who are scared of retaliation don't have anybody to support them, or they don't feel like nobody's going to actually believe them. Well, if you looked at through all social media, she has plenty of support. Plenty of people, believe her. Plenty of people believe that this guy just beat the hell out of her, and he needs to be dealt with. He needs to be out the league. They're campaigning. Of course, she's a WNBA player, so she's gonna have the whole WNBA behind her as well. So it can't be that she's afraid somebody's not going to believe her. And when I look at her safety, she's pretty safe and safeguarded right now, not just by the authorities, by she has some family that are just as crazy, if not crazier, than this guy. So I asked, why would the story switch up to saying that he put hands on her and choked her to death, damn near, and broke her vertebrae in her back, to now none of that stuff actually went down? It can't be that. It can't be. Now, people may say the money situation. Well, I took the liberty looking at her net worth. It said Kysre Gondrezick has accumulated on an estimated current net worth between $1 million and $5 million. She made her fortune from her primary career as a basketball player. Away from that, she earns money as a brand influencer and a model. Let me tell y'all something. Hey, I'll smash the like button as y'all come in here. We're not living 30, 40 years ago, where women do not make livings from this. There's a lot of women out there, especially in these corporate jobs and these offices, who are making more money than the men. It's just the facts. From that to social media, that we have, women making money for content. Y'all got the OnlyFans. Of course, I don't really get into that thing. OnlyFans, YouTubing, modeling like this woman is. They're making plenty of money to be comfortable. Now, of course, when we talk about NBA money, yeah, you go and get that quick $15, $16 million. But for the most part, to live comfortably, you can live comfortably off of between $1 and $5 million. And she's made a fortune as a basketball player, and she's a model as well. So she would have no problem actually getting earnings and getting paid and getting money. So when people say, well, she's afraid that she don't want to lose her bread, well, I mean, shit, she got her own money. So when I look at this situation, check. And like I told y'all before, I wait until everything comes out before I make these videos. It's like that lady with the brick. Y'all remember the girl that got hit in the face with the brick? Apparently she had went around saying that some guy struck her with a brick and just, knocked her, saying that, for no reason. Well, the report come out about a couple of days later that she was the one instigating the whole argument. Called him out of his name, this, that, and the other. There was videos surfacing of her slapping white people around in the face, saying this is for reparations. So again, we got so many things happening in this world that you cannot just look and put everything on face value and say you believe it. Now, I'm going to go into what I believe what happened in this story in a minute, but I want y'all to keep hitting that like button as y'all come in here. If I don't see your comments, make sure y'all hit that super sticker, super comment button. Um, Let me tell you something, man. If I got a chance to explain what I feel like is happening, I'm gonna do it right here. Like I said, Kevin Porter Jr. definitely needs help um, with the situation. Um, this kid has emotional issues, anger management issues, self control issues. He needs assistance and he needs help. Period. Um, no other way around it. If this is true that he hit her while he was sleeping, I mean that's just a cowardly move. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. For you to be a $16 million man and you have all of your NBA future look ahead of you, and originally it was being like rumored that he had found something to her on her phone and he didn't like it and he just started wailing on her in the hotel room, like, and just started beating her. Well, that can't be the case no more, because we're just seeing now that apparently that he was out um late hours of the night and she was locked out of his hotel room. So it looks like to me she got upset and mad because he came home late, and then he tried to get into his room. He couldn't get in, probably was at some bar, club, um, I'm saying, hanging out. She didn't like it. She locked him out. And then she said, well, I don't want you here. And then that's when the whole situation happened. That's what I see as what went down with this whole situation. He went down and got his assistance to get back into his hotel. And then that's when the physical altercation. Now I got a couple of questions because there's some holes in this whole story. It says he got assistance from the hotel staff and getting into his room. So did he just run up to her while the hotel staff was there and just started beating on her? Is that what happened? Or did he wait until they left and just started hitting her? See, when you gotta make these stories, you gotta be very, very specific. Because for you to beat on somebody after, as soon as they open the door with the hotel right there, you gotta be a demonic possessed person and be stupid at that as well. So I'm gonna take it as he didn't do that. I'm gonna take it as he waited until that hotel staff member left, and then that's when the altercation happened. So let's go with that. And then the initial reports is that he had put his hands around her throat and started squeezing until she damn near lost air in her neck. She lost all her breathing. And then he didn't stop until she ran out the hotel, around the room. So how did she get away? How did she get away? Did she hit him with an object? Did she kick him in the nuts? Did she throw something? Like, what did she do? Did she scratch his eyes to get away? What happened? Because if I'm not mistaken, Kevin Porter is 6'5". Like this dude said in the report, he's 6'5". It's right here in the whole report with the lawyer said he's a big guy. If he hit her repeatedly, she have a broken jaw. So you ran out the hotel room and you started screaming for help, and then that's when the legal authorities came. At what time? And it's too many holes that I have to fill in. That's why I have to wait to make this video. Here's what I think is going on. I'm just going to be very, very frank with y'all. These two have a toxic relationship where I believe they've both been hitting each other. They've been both doing weird stuff, and they've been both doing weird shit to each other. Um, because my thing is, if you're truly somebody that doesn't want to be a part of the violence and all that stuff, um, there's no way in hell that a guy of that size, if he wanted to kill you at that moment, or wanted to really just beat you down, I don't see how you, again, I don't see how you just ran out the room and then how'd you get away? There's no way that they said that how she got away in her hotel room. There was reports actually saying that there was numerous hotel guests that were actually complaining about the noise in their hotel room. So they were arguing and fighting before all this stuff even happened. So while I'm saying that he needs help, she needs help as well. Because I look at relationships like this, and maybe y'all understand this when I make this declaration. I look at relationship like math. Two negatives, a negative equals a what? A positive. A negative and a positive equal a negative. A positive and a positive equals a positive. A negative and negative equals a positive because you got two negative people and two negative spirits, and they intertwine with each other. They ended up actually having the same type of spirit. So even though they're both toxic, they both match each other. They're both for each other. That's why I say when I see people like that, I say, okay, they're meant for each other. They deserve each other. As toxic as they are, as much they argue, much they fight, as much they do this, that, and the other, they still end up having the same energy. Good for them. They have a great life. A negative, a positive, and a positive is like you have two people who are positively connected with one another. They have a good relationship. They're very, very not about the drama. They're not about the negative stuff. They're about helping. They're about, you know what I'm saying, the right things. That's what a positive and positive relationship is. That means you know what I'm saying, you're a good example for people to take up for each other. And then a negative and a positive is just what I just said. It turns out to be a negative. You can't have two unequally yoked people in the same relationship and think it's going to be a success. They say that in the word. It says two unequally yoked people cannot intertwine with each other. You know, pretty much, you know, I'm just pretty much putting that as a notion verbatim. Basically, if you have two unequally yoked people, a negative and a positive, it does not work. You got a person who's has a combative spirit, who's always, you know, about negativity and drama, and you got that person with a person who's positive and who wants to, you know what I'm saying, have peace in their life and no drama and none of that stuff. It's gonna be it's gonna show it's not a good relationship. I seriously believe that these two have a negative equal positive relationship. I believe that, yeah, this man is toxic and this man is somebody that has problems, anger management problems, but I also think that she's a person that has grown accustomed to it. That's why she didn't press them damn charges, because if she really wanted to get out and she really had a problem and something was really happening, she would have not, she changes her story according to her lawyer in a matter of 2 days. And I just named all the stuff that she has going for her. She has the net worth to still live comfortable even if she's not with him. She has a sister who's as crazy as this dude, and actually she would have protection from not only her but the state. She has plenty of people who will back her up, who all throughout the internet, you know, supporting her. One plus one equals two. I've seen plenty of relationships where the woman will act like this man's just the worst thing ever and then end up right back with under his arms. She's a beautiful lady. Yeah, she's cute. Very cute lady. But y'all be surprised how many a lot of the beautiful ladies actually are insecure about themselves. and insecure about their value, and they feel like they don't deserve better. You'd be surprised. Y'all ever notice when y'all go out to a bar or to a club and y'all see a group of women? Notice how usually the one that actually isn't that physically attractive has the most confidence. Did y'all ever notice that? The one who is not, all that physically, you really wouldn't walk up to her. Ain't the one, the life. She's the one, the life of the party. She's the one, what I'm saying, having a good time. She's the one, yelling and screaming. And the one who's the cute, pretty petite girls on the side, or she's just drinking her drink, or she's trying to mind her business. She's not as engaging. Now, not to say like, nothing wrong with that, but there's a lot of women who are pretty and beautiful. You would ask them like, why are they so insecure? It has nothing to do with the physical appearance. It has something to do with what's inside of you. Just the fact that she has a toxic sister like that, I'm pretty sure that she is no stranger to negative behavior. So again, I waited for the reports to come out for a reason. And now that I see like the situation done changed and the whole story done changed up, what I can predict now is that either these two are going to end up back together, or no, I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna say like there's a good chance these two are gonna be back together again. That's why you don't ever get in people's relationships, because you'll end up looking stupid when you say, well, how could you go back to that when you just said all that? Yeah, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link. Let y'all come here and cook. I said everything I really need to say about it. Unless y'all have, any questions for me when I can't hop on the panel. But yeah, this dude needs help. This guy is definitely emotionally, mentally just messed up in the head. Like I tell you all the time, the men have to be the ones in charge. They have to lead. Based off of your energy, your relationship is based off of how you carry it and how you actually make the energy. You can't put that off on a woman. You gotta be the one that's in charge. You can't, because if you do that, then you're setting yourself up for failure. The man has to control the energy, point blank, period. All right. Let me go ahead and give y'all a 2-minute break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so y'all can chill, have a drink, whatever. We'll be back in a minute. All right. All right, so we back. Like I said, make sure y'all get y'all membership badges as y'all come in here. Um, Make sure y'all support the Pull Up Basketball Podcast as well. I want to say one more thing before I bring in Mingle. You know, there's also this discussion saying about should a man ever hit a woman? That's what's been asked to me. Now, I've never hit a woman. That's never been. I never have. Never have. Never will. Because I know the consequences that will come on my way. So I'm first of all, I'm not going to put myself in that position to even be around that. And if it ever tries it, that'll be the first and last time that ever happens to me because I'll be cutting that person off. But nonetheless, I think why you shouldn't put your hands on a woman, the message is becoming too repetitive that a man should not touch a woman. You've been told that since you've been a man should never hit a woman, but it's not enough that a woman has no business trying to challenge a man's strength. And that's why you see a lot of domestic violence charges happening. If I'm not mistaken, more domestic violence situations happen with a woman striking a man first. So the masses or the people who are trying to sit up there and try to tell a service, you're not helping the situation by saying that. Because all that's going to happen is you're going to run into a man who's not going to be thinking like me or somebody who has a right mind. And when a situation like this happens, you're going to be saying, well, he shouldn't have hit her. Well, she shouldn't have struck him either. It's everybody, we're all adults, should be able to keep their damn hands to themselves. A man can't walk into the wild forest and just put their hands on a tiger. The tiger eats his ass up. And then what do you think the masses are going to say when he's in the front page newspaper saying that he's been killed? Why were you messing with that tiger? It's the same thing with a woman. A real woman is not going to go out there trying to cause havoc and try to fight a man. That's not what real women do. That's not what classy women do. So that's not for me to decide if a man should, retaliate back. Because some people live with the mindset, you step on my shoes, you can't tell me how to react. That whole walking away thing, I don't even feel like that should be necessary. Why should I walk out of my own house because you want to disturb my peace? But I just have to put that out there. Let me let my man Mingle in. Mingle, what's good, bro?
What's going on?
What's happening? What's up, bro? Talk to me.
Man, this is a wild situation. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that go in these type of situations. I mean, you got her side, his side. I mean, you got the family side. You got what she told her family. You got what he told his family. Like it's so much then than what they told their lawyer, what he told his lawyer. Like it's so much that goes into these type of cases. So you can never draw like a real conclusion on what's going on in these type of situations unless you got video evidence or pictures or something like that. Something that you can visually see the act being committed. Something like the Ray Rice situation or the like situation like that you seen the video of it. But see, if you ain't got no clear evidence like that, you never know what to believe. Like you don't, like you can say that he choked out or he did this to her, he did that to her. But I mean, like you said, you made good points when you were saying what you were saying earlier when you was like, well, how she got away? If he got her like that, how did she get up and run out the room? That's a good point. I ain't never think about it that way. That's a good point. How did she get up? Like her lawyer said, he's a big guy. He's 6'5", like maybe like 220, 230, something like that.
220, yep.
Yeah, so he's a big dude. That's big. That's a big dude. So her, with her small stature, how did she get away from him doing that to her? That's a good point right there that you made right there. And also, I mean, oh man. Then when you had brought up the point about her sister that her sister is very violent and that she, has showcased violent behavior before. I mean, who's to say that she ain't the same way? Who's to say that the argument went totally left and the one that they say got choked out, she was the aggressor, and maybe she slapped him or hit him or something. He just reacted. I mean, you just don't know what happened. They did say that they heard a lot of commotion coming from their room and noise and all that kind of stuff coming from their room. So obviously they were arguing about something.
Yes, sir.
Because they heard the commotion. Yes. Now, to say who in the wrong, I don't know. See, we don't know. None of us was there. We don't know. So the only thing we can go by is the reports and whatever else come out. And a lot of the stuff that they're reporting to me, like you just said, don't really make sense, kind of sort of. I mean, like her, even her lawyer even saying that if he was repeatedly hitting her, he would have broke her jaw. Her lawyer saying that. Who is we to argue with her lawyer?
Exactly, and that's a good point. Great point. And
that's all I'm saying. Like, who is us to argue with? That's it. That's her. That's who she's paying to preside over her case. Who is us to argue with that?
Let me tell you something. That's another point people ain't getting. The fact that she's pulling out shows to me, at least to me, that she knew she had some fault in that. That she did something in that whole thing is going to come out, that she either put hands on him first or she was the aggressor or something that she did to provoke him to doing something in retaliation. That's why she's saying, oh, never mind, that didn't happen. Because my thing is, if I'm the victim and I'm in the right, why am I going to change my story up?
I agree with that. I agree. Yeah, that's true. Why would you change your story up? If you're the one getting abused or if you're the one getting beaten, why would you then, in the middle of what you done already told the police in the police report, why would you now switch it now to something different? Or you don't want to cooperate, or you don't want to tell the police the rest of it, if that's the case. Like I was saying before, maybe she was the aggressor and he just reacted to what she did. And bruh. I mean, yeah. like I said, we don't know what happened. I don't know what. I'm not saying he beat her. I'm not saying she beat him. I'm just saying I don't know what happened. We just have to wait till the rest of the stuff comes out. If there are video, because I know in big hotels, the type of hotels that they stay in, there's cameras everywhere. So there's got to be some. If she ran out the room like they say she did, there's got to be some type of video or something somewhere.
Where are the pictures at? What are pictures at?
That's what I put in the comment section. Where's the pictures? Where's the video? Show something.
Because when Miles Bridges, I don't know if you remember Miles Bridges.
Yeah, I remember. They showed pictures, right?
They showed pictures of her face. They showed pictures of her getting busted up. We've been 5 days and we ain't seen not one picture yet.
Nothing. I agree with that.
So it's too many holes in this story for me just to sit back and say this guy just beat the hell out of her, choked her out, hit her in the face. Like it's too much of this going on for me to actually think that, you know, a situation done happened. It's just too much right now.
I agree. I definitely agree. I mean, oh man, this is an unfortunate situation though. I mean, somebody already lost their life. Somebody already lost their life in a situation, I guess, similar to this. Maybe Dwayne Haskins, God rest his soul, and his wife, they was into it. And maybe I don't know really what happened to him, but I mean, I don't know. That was unfortunate what happened to Dwayne Haskins though. But I mean, if it is going down like that and they is, you know, abusing each other, they might need to get away from each other. Cause that don't never end well. That abusive stuff, it never ends well. So
no, it don't. It never does. Never does. So what you think gonna happen to KP with his contract in the NBA? What you think gonna happen?
I would say I don't think the NBA need to be too hasty with their decision. I think they need to wait till all the evidence come out first. Crazy if they go ahead and act and go ahead and terminate his contract and do all this stuff, and he end up being innocent, now what? He might can come back and sue or something. I don't know. Like you got to get all the information before you start making drastic decisions and stuff. You got to wait to see what the evidence say, to see what the charges is, and to see if he, get convicted or whatever the case may be. Because if the charges end up getting dropped and you done did all that, now what? Like, I mean, I think they should just wait to see what happens first before they take any type of step. I think they should wait to see what happens first.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, I'm not saying that he didn't physically assault her, because I think he most definitely did. I just think that the reports is not detailed enough to say that he was the aggressor or he was just beating the hell out of her. It's not there's not enough evidence. There's not enough substantial reports stating that.
Right.
Too many holes in the story. Too many holes. So
I agree with that. And then, like you said earlier about the security guard, did he start beating her while the security guard was standing there, or he wait till he left, or like what? Like what happened? Like I don't know. You just gotta wait to see. When all the evidence come out. I mean, like I don't know. You just don't know because so much stuff that they telling us, but ain't nothing connected. None of the dots are connected.
Yeah, so, you beat. So I jumped. So you unlocked the door. So I can pretty much. I'm pretty much sure. This is what I think happened. When he came back from being out, he yelling and saying, let me in, and she's like, nah, I ain't letting you in, like da. He goes downstairs and gets the key, and they made it seem like he was attacking her, like right when the person opened the door. So do you think that would happen, like a person would just attack you right when the door is open? Oh, I'm just gonna get you, I'm gonna beat the hell out you. Or do you think it's more reasonable to think that as they're arguing, she thinking that this dude cheating or this dude's doing something that he ain't supposed to be doing, and she slaps him and hits him and he retaliates? Which one sounds more likely? Which one happens more in everyday situations? Which one seems like it's more logical?
What you just said.
But people don't think about that. They just run with it. I've seen all these videos and shit. Like, people do not think. They just react. Anybody want to get any type of coverage on anything, they don't want to actually sit down and say, okay, wait a minute, let me dissect this situation first, then make the video. I'm like, that don't even make sense. You mean to tell me I'm gonna run into my hotel room, get myself caught up, and just start beating this woman, knowing that somebody's gonna call the police? Man, well, people don't think, man.
That he beat her out of her sleep. My thing is, if he's knocking on the door, you telling me she that hard of a sleeper where she can't hear him banging on the door, whatever he was doing outside the door to get in the room? Like I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff. I got a lot of questions. I need some answers to a lot of questions that I got. I got a lot of questions. I need to ask some questions.
Yeah, that's another one too. Beat her out of her sleep. Okay. So Mingle, just remember what we just said. I don't know about you, but when I'm sleeping, like, it sounded like she was, comfortably in her sleep. If I hit you while you're sleeping, first of all, I'm still tired, I'm still knocked out. You gotta be alert as hell to wake yourself up, run out the door, and if somebody's trying to physically hurt you or kill you who's actually alert, it's not a good chance you're gonna be waking up in time to actually defend yourself, to actually know what's going on and then run out the room.
Right. That's a
That's
little
just
right.
common sense. That's just common sense, bro. Like you just hit me, I'm knocked out, and somehow you just got, bruh. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, people don't think. People don't think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And it like a lawyer said, this a big dude. So if he hit her while she sleep, he hit her. So she not now he hit her. She fully alert. Got away from it being had time to run out number two.
Bro, that's man.
She must be one
She must be one. She must be fucking ninth wonder of the world. Ah man, but again, Kevin Porter Jr. I want to put the focus back on him. I think, like I said, um, this cat, and also I remember there's one incident I missed too. This dude rammed his car into hers. Um, I don't know if it was through an altercation or whatever, but he rammed his car into hers somewhere in the parking lot. So there's something that, as I said, there's toxic energy between those two, where she do things to trigger him and vice versa. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen so many times. You got a man and a woman. I was cheating or something like. Realist, come on here, bro. Anybody else want to come on? I dropped the link for y'all to come in here.
That's
So,
wild, man. Nah,
yeah.
but I will say this though. I think something happened. I'm not saying nothing didn't happen. I'm not saying he probably didn't do what he said say he did. I think something happened. But I think the story is just a little off. That's my only point. The story don't make sense. But I think he did something to her. I just don't think the story makes sense. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and making it sound like she just, was just in her sleep and she didn't do nothing. And then he cracked her vertebrae. Well, no, that wasn't true. She took that back. And then she said, well, he hit her numerous of times. And that turned out to be untrue. So if those two things are untrue, why in the world would I believe anything else that you say?
Yeah, that's wild, man. I don't know. This situation is crazy. This situation is definitely crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy as hell, bro. Crazy. Shit. But let me see if somebody else want to come in and share their thoughts on the situation. I thought more people would be in today. And more people would be on today. Let's see. So, Mingo, what was your initial thoughts when you first heard the story?
What now?
What were your initial thoughts when you first heard the story?
I was like, oh, here we go again. Oh, hey, we got another Ray Rice. That's my initial thought. Like, we got another Ray Rice on our hands. Oh Lord, the video finna come out. They finna show him beating and hurting this girl up, and he finna go to jail. He finna lose his career. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, I remember that. And what's crazy? I watched that video right before this situation because I just wanted to refresh my memory, and because I just thought about that, and they were in the elevator. It shows like she and him were getting into a verbal altercation, and I remember there was a sit down they had with that black lady that accused the whole Kobe thing when she interviewed Lisa Les. I forgot her name. But they interviewed Ray Rice and her his wife, and his wife said that, you know, we didn't know any better. Like, we thought that was what marriage was. Like, you know, we didn't know like that was toxic. We didn't know, like, a lot of these people that come from these toxic households, bro, don't know what they doing is they in toxicity relationships, and they don't know that it's negativity that they're actually influenced amongst themselves. See, two negative spirits. So yeah, that's why I think it's going on here. Shit. Go through some of these comments. The really said, I know the people you talking about, BJ. LOL. I thought the same shit when I seen those different. Yeah, a lot of people just want to ride the train, bro. They don't want to actually. They don't want to actually think. They want to do lazy reporting and not actually try to get the facts and use critical thinking. Said trauma bonding. Yeah, trauma bonding, real thing. If you got a person who's dealing with trauma, who's dealt with trauma throughout their life, you know, you have to get healed. You have to get therapy. You have to be, you know what I'm saying? You know, you have to get healed from that situation. You do. Oaktown A says just stay single until you mature enough to be the N one. Yeah. Yeah. Focus on yourself. A lot of these people do not need to be in these relationships. Yep, that's true. They not good for each other, but they match. They both about drama. They are both about drama. They both about negativity. Shit. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Salute to Andrew Gutierrez. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Appreciate you coming in. So, let me see. Hope we get some more people coming in here. I know it's getting pretty early. No, it's pretty early. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday morning. Let's see. Yes. Miss Tay said allegedly. Yep, allegedly. He said, why does she kind of look like Malika Andrews? I don't see no Malika Andrews when it comes to her. I think they just said because she light skinned. You know, she was all on sports networks talking about this. She was definitely eating this up. She had, you know, brought it up about I think was it Wednesday? She had brought this whole case up. She brought it up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that she brought this up. So yeah. Let's see. Shoot. Let me see. See, I'm gonna wait a little bit while before I, you know what I'm saying, close the live down. If y'all want to come in here and spit y'all thoughts about the situation, feel free. We're going another 2-minute break. If y'all want to come in, actually, I dropped the link for y'all. We go on to another 2-minute break. So, yeah. Let's go on another little minute break, and then we'll be back. If anybody don't want to come in here, we'll go ahead and end the live there. But hit the link if y'all want to come in. All right. So for y'all do not know, I will be starting with the Clippers next Monday, the LA Clippers next week, for the orientation, all that good stuff, man. So make sure y'all holler back and definitely tune in for what I'm saying, this upcoming season, because it's definitely gonna be wild. Gonna definitely have some great things coming for y'all, man. So y'all make sure y'all continuously tap in uh with the what I'm saying, the love and the support that y'all yeah. So let me see. Mm, mm, see some. Yeah. Gotta probably gotta wait for people to come in because I know it's pretty early. So I probably should stop doing these shows so early. But I thought people would be up by Saturdays. I thought people would be up. So what up, Bruce?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How about you?
I'm all right. I was trying to connect with the Lord today.
Oh yeah. It's Saturday, right?
Yeah. How you doing? Everything's good. I see that you have an interesting subject today.
Yeah, man. I don't know how much you heard. Um, but
Um, I mean, I talked about it briefly, I think couple of days ago, and then new information came and updated information. I still think that even if a lady is beating me up, I'm just not gonna stay. I'm just gonna walk out. And I think if 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 a relationship there's physical in it from both sides, it should not be there. But I know some people, some couples, they enjoy that, and I think
mm-hmm,
from the latest information that I read, I think
mm-hmm.
there could be some craziness happening
Right.
between both of them, and I think they're gonna be still be together,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's gonna get more messy if they are still together. Um, um, a lot of people are mostly blaming the guy because she looks so pretty, so beautiful. Like people sometimes they think that because you look good, you're a good person. So I think both sides are crazy. I think this the dude is crazy. I think
Mm-hmm.
the lady is crazy too. So I see a lot of stuff that she's saying now that the guy did not strangle her or whatever. I think she's trying to defend him, and I think they're gonna be together. They're gonna do more toxic stuff. So, and I'm not worried about either of them. I wish them the best, but that's not a good thing. I mean, I've seen other couples, toxic couples like Sean Penn, Madonna, a lot of toxic couples. Uh, that it never ends well. It never ends well.
Mm. No, it doesn't. That's why I named it Toxicity Isn't Normal. But you had a lot of people saying like this guy just beat her while she was sleeping and strangled her and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. Then I started looking at the reports. I'm like, so he strangled you when you were sleeping and he hit you repeatedly, and then you got away and ran into the hallway. Like, how?
But now they're saying that the statements were not coming from her. It's somebody else saying.
Uh, put
Are
out
you there?
now. She said Porter applied pressure to her neck. So
Okay.
I don't know
But
who.
I was reading yesterday that she did not say that, and she already had a condition in the neck, and
Right,
people may think that it's strangulation, but she already had a condition in the neck.
right. So I'm like, if so, what did happen? That's what I want to know. Like, what did happen?
I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm saying this allegedly. I'm thinking that he tried to get home, and she's a jealous person. You know, she has those ideas in the head. Maybe he's cheating, maybe he's not cheating. And she locked her door, and then he tried to get in, and then she started to hit him. And then maybe the hits were too much, and he responded because when you have the testosterone as a young person, you're not thinking sometimes, and then you just and he seems he was already crazy, you know, and he responded. I mean, she knew what she was getting into. It. I mean, he has a history. A lot
Hmm.
of women like that about men, and I'm sure before they get it on, they hit each other. So I don't know. I'm just saying, allegedly.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce, this guy rammed his car into hers, and I'm like, I could see her liking that. I could see her
I'm
smiling.
telling you, there's a lot of girls that it's a turn on for them. They don't want nice guys. They want bad boys, because they get a thrill out of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That
I
sounds
mean,
exactly right.
Sean Penn tied Madonna and left her house and came back and beat her. He was beating her up, left her house, and then came back and kept beating her up. And she never pressed charges.
Mm. And you know how I know, Bruce, that she likes it or she's actually a part of it because I mean allegedly, but it's not that she doesn't have nobody to believe her. It's not the fact that she doesn't have a sister who seems as crazy as she is, as he is.
Mm.
So why would I think that she's just so scared for her life that she can't report? Nah, she is spiritually inclined with that type of spirit.
I'm telling you, there is some girls, they want that man cave guy. They're gonna pull their hair. Pull my hair. I had a girl say that to me. Pull my hair. Drag me. Right?
Right?
So
Right.
some girls they don't want classy men. And you think you all cool, you're gonna walk all classy talking to them. They want you to beat them up. I'm not saying that's good. I'm saying that's a lot of them, some of them, not all women are like that. Some women are like that. And I think uh a lot of good looking women, there are some crazy in them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I think, hey, I love Leona. I think she's one of the most. I had a good huge crush on her, but I think there's some crazy in Leona too. Some women they have some crazies in them. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bruce, if everyone has something, every person has something, a little like a flaw. And yeah, it doesn't surprise me that, beautiful women, that could be their flaw. A lot of them could be like they love the toxicity. They love you know, the thrill of it. They get a taste of it, they can't stop. Um
was her father in your life?
yeah, her father was a NBA player, former NBA player.
Okay.
That's another thing too. It ain't she don't need him for the money. She got money. She got a net worth. She got her own money. So it's like
They just want
shoot,
the thrill, man.
they just want the thrill.
A
That
lot of women want to thrill.
yeah.
And then when they get to 40, 50, they're like, oh man, I never met a good guy. They never talk about they wanted that bad boy.
Messing the game up.
Man, everybody can Google Kevin Porter and he say and see that he had emotional issues, right? Emotional issues. So, and she's older,
Mm.
and she didn't know that. Come on, man.
You know what I think, Bruce, that you just said that? I think that she felt okay, she thought maybe she can kind of manipulate him too
Mm.
for being like young, dumb, because you can't sit up there and tell me you ain't read all the stuff that he did and say that you didn't know. Like it's documented. Hell, we read it all. Like we read all his history, all this stuff that you can simply just you can just simply Google yourself and you'll
And
find it.
this girl, the way she looks, she can get a lot of men. Why did she choose Kevin Porter Jr.?
Hmm.
Is it the craziness? You know, we heard about all those beautiful women. They write letters to prisoners, like serial murderers, serial killers. I'm not saying Kevin Porter is one of them. I'm saying people who are damaged.
Damaged. Yep. Yep.
Okay. So some people are attracted to damage people.
Hmm.
Okay. They are attracted to them. A man is, you know, the man who does not claim himself or crazy hair. I mean, the way Kevin Porter Jr. hair is, I think he had a one lock,
Two
whatever, something
locks.
like that.
Two locks. Yeah.
I was like, what the heck is that? Man, if
Two
my daughter
locks.
is dating a dude like this, I'm like, man, I would be ashamed of myself because I didn't do a good job. Right? So
Mhm.
she didn't know. Come on. She knew. She knew. You know, a lot of that's what I'm saying. A lot that's why you see a lot of some girls when they are raised in a good family, church, whatever, church going, and then you see them going to with a crazy person, it's because they never had the thrill in a quiet, peaceful setting. They just want the thrill. A lot of women like that.
Yeah, man. They used to. That's why if you look at some of the other cultures, and I'm gonna bring race into this because I think it's a good time to bring it in. I've been all around the world. I've been to different countries. I've been to different places. I've been around all ethnic groups in my lifetime, right? And I told the realist this a few nights ago. I said, I truly believe black people are in love with the struggle.
Mm.
Black Americans, especially. Like, we enjoy doing things the hard way. And you ain't gotta take my word for it. Just look at the lifestyles that we live. We're the race with, if you look at the most fatherless homes, that comes from us. Some of that's systematic, but a lot of it comes from just poor decision making. We think it's a flex to have multiple kids by different women and think that means being a man. Instead of building a solid foundation and building an empire with one family, you think having multiple kids with different women makes you a man. That's not systematic. That's not the white man. That is you and your own stupidity trying to that's your dysfunction in your mind that hasn't clicked. That's just poor decision making. So I look at this and I say, I think a lot of us need some, I don't even say therapy. because I think some of us are just too far gone that they can't be helped, or it'll take too long for them to get help. I think a lot of times there's a certain of us that just can't go. They cannot be a part of the process because all they do is hold you back. I see we're the main race that does this type of toxicity and think that it's normal. Did you see that when you came from Haiti?
Yes, I know this. I know this. I'm not trying to talk bad about African Americans. I noticed that in African American, like it's easy. They, they always blame Caribbean men or African men because they want to study or do better, and they blaming um, um, us that we want to be better. I'm not saying that, but I found it weird that you have all this opportunity. It's you not who don't want to take it, and you want to struggle and complain. That's what I thought when I came in.
Right, right.
Like like you have all this opportunity. They're gonna choose you before us, right? Because you are were born in the country, right? And 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 when I went to school to in college, I never saw uh, um African American men in science classes, like whatever. It was only me, the only black guy there. That's why I was like weird. I was like, wow, why you're not going to whatever? Say, I don't want to. I don't want to. Even some of them are way smarter than me. There's a lot of you see, African American men, especially, they underestimate their intelligence. They are so smart. They are so smart, so crafty, know everything. But they just want, like you said, to struggle,
Mm,
right?
mm,
So I think um Kevin Porter Jr. is gonna get traded.
mm.
Um I think this is a non-story. I'm sorry. This is just two crazy people acting up. They're gonna go crazy again. And
Yep.
I saw somebody we watched the video. I don't want to say his name. He had a couple of videos about it. You know? So it was interesting to me. So um and I don't know. Like Dennis Rodman, you know, those women they like Dennis Rodman, Jeannie Buss, Dennis Rodman. When I learned Jeannie Buss was dating Dennis Rodman, I was like, wow, you know. So
Hmm.
I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I mean, I mean, it is what it is. So I hope that they know they are toxic for each other. But sometimes it
Nah.
works, sometimes it doesn't work. Was Ray Rice and his wife or fiance, whatever he punched, are they still together? I don't know.
I don't know. Usually, usually toxic people don't know they're toxic. But if they're in a relationship, because but what's funny is a lot of even this is why I say this generation is going down. They promote toxicity in music now. They look at it as a positive. Usually being toxic is looked at as being negative, but they are embracing that type of that type of message. Oh, um, yeah, I'm toxic, and he loves a toxic chick. Like that's what Cardi B said. I'm
Hmm.
like, this is the type of shit that you listening to. I mean, what? I mean, what do
His
you
man
think
is
gonna
toxic
happen?
to her, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Most, if bruh, a lot of them. I like you said, I'm not surprised by anything no more. That's why I don't get in people's relationships, because
Yeah.
he'll try to sit up there and say, okay, yeah, okay, well, yeah, he's gonna leave, and then she's right back in his arms. I'm like, you can't
Yeah.
come back. Go ahead.
When they asked my opinion, I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't see. I don't really get into people's relationship. When they come and complain to me about the other person, I just listen, and then they ask me for my opinion. I cannot give you my opinion. If I give my opinion, then you get back with that person. You two gonna hate me. So why would I give my opinion? So
Why would I give my exactly.
so the realist, you disagree with me. I don't know which one. You can come in and tell me. So I don't know. Is it what I said about African American men? I know BJ is African American. So Caribbean men are crazy too. I'm telling you. We act stupid. If we have a live about this, I'll tell you the stupid stuff we do. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's, I feel like the only way that this type of thing gets fixed is, I think the direction we're going is going to get worse. But I think now it starts from the home, in my opinion. Than anything,
Mm.
it starts from the home before anything else.
But my Bridges' parents was in his life. I don't know about Kevin Porter. I haven't look him up. But my Bridges'
His
parents
father was killed.
was with what?
His father was killed when he was 4.
His biological father?
Yeah,
But his stepfather has been there, right?
I don't think any. I think he was just raised by his mother.
I think there was a guy there and a lady there when he was drafted. So I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. Wow.
No, it's cool.
So a lot of women journalists are on Kevin Porter Jr. case, on Kevin Porter Jr. head.
Let me guess. Malika Andrews.
I didn't see. I don't follow Monica Andrews on Twitter. I don't know. I don't think I do, because I do not like her as a journalist. I do not like her. I'm not gonna go on her page on her Twitter to say stuff. The stuff that I see people say on other people's stuff, that's not me. I don't do that. That's harassment, and that's idiotic. But I do not like her as a journalist. I'm sorry. Her sister is better, way better. Um, Ashley Nichols, Ashley Nichols or something like that. I think her name is. Uh, a lot of female journalists, a lot of female athletes or commentators um, on Kevin Porter Jr.'s head.
Oh
So
yeah, you already know what's coming. And with that, that's why I say I don't buy this whole she's so traumatized she can't go to and press charges. Um, what's up, the realist? What's good, bro?
here we go.
Here we go, baby. What's good, y'all? Hey, no, the
What did I
reason why I
say?
said I disagree with you on that comment about the American African American guys not don't want to take advantage, and how you guys come over and you know what I'm saying, take advantage by going to school and whatever. I think it's different because most of you guys when y'all come over, you just coming over to get the education to go back to build up your country. The white man over here, and like I say, man, I hate to get into this shit on YouTube. I like to talk about this shit face to face amongst, you know what I'm saying,
I
us,
agree
but
with you, but go ahead.
a lot of the black guys over here, that white man ain't gonna give us that opportunity too quick, like he would of other race, like the Asian, because he know they taking this knowledge and taking it back to their country. This black man got to stay over here, and he
Mm.
don't want that black man to have too much. So that's why I said I disagree with you all. And a lot of that shit stems from, like I say, you guys. I'm not saying all of y'all. Y'all look at us different,
That's true.
okay? Like you say, I always say, because I got female cousin that got what African guys. And I say, it's funny how they can get with our women, but they don't even allow their women to even talk to us. But we should be fine with them coming over there to get our women. And we know what it's all about. When it's all said and done, they don't want our women.
Yes.
They just trying to get the green card. So I get it, but that's why I disagree with you all. That's why I said that. So, and I feel like I said, the white man. I said this other night. You give us an opportunity, we gonna outdo that race. Look at sports. We gonna outdo them. So I think that's why the white man is not gonna give us that opportunity quicker than he would give other people the opportunity. He'd give it to a black woman before he give it to a black man. Because he can control that black woman. See, he can tell that black woman, "Hey, I'm giving you this. You don't need that black man."
Yeah, Section 8. But
So
some, we'll have to say this with the realist said is correct. The biggest fear amongst the entire existence of the system is the black man understanding his worth. That is the biggest fear.
yeah,
Every black man understood their worth, everything would change. Because
exactly.
Bruce said it. Bruce said it. He said so many black men are so intelligent, they so crafty. But while some of it he said was correct, I think we used to so much toxicity that we just naturally gravitate to it. I do believe a lot of black young men don't have no one's really told them how brilliant or how smart they were, or how smart or how much intelligence they really have. So because they never heard it, you don't really know it. You don't really catch it. So yeah, and naturally, like even with me, a lot of stuff I make these videos, bro. I don't spend a whole lot of time you know, I mean, of course I research, but a lot of the stuff is intelligence. Intelligence, you can't learn that. You either have it or you don't. You can learn your knowledge, but intelligence is from the most high. You either got it or you don't.
I agree with you. I agree with you, DJ.
Um, what you think about this case, man? What you think about the whole situation?
Yeah, man, I agree. Every, pretty much everything you said. That's how I really looked at it when it first came out. And like I said, everybody was coming out with videos, multiple videos, and I'm just thinking like, man, this shit is just crazy. Because a lot of people just look at it from the whole a guy putting his hands on a woman. Man, I done heard people say, "Oh man, how could you hit this beautiful woman? She looked like." I'm thinking to myself, like, God damn, man, what the fuck? Like you say,
Roll your
man.
eyes.
So it's crazy, man. So like I said, I agree with what you said. It's kind of hard to disagree on what you said. You know, People want to jump on it. They want to be the first one to say they broke some of the news and not really getting all the information on it, not knowing shit gonna change every day. You know what I'm saying? So I was on Showtime. I wasn't on it, but I was listening to it the other day. and they was talking about that LeBron James PED shit, right? And then I'm just thinking. Of course, I'm doing something else, so I'm paying attention, but I'm doing something else. I'm multitasking. And Big Tone came in, and Big Tone just broke the shit down, and you could tell everybody was like, "Damn, I never looked at it like that." But like I said, it just goes to show you, people don't really think, man. Just think, and analyze shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, they never found. They said he was innocent. They wasn't investigating fucking LeBron James for that. And that's what Big Tone had to tell him. Like, y'all looking at the shit different, man. Y'all not analyzing the information. Really, it's not even analyzing. You guys don't really understand the information.
Right.
That's really what it is, BJ. You don't understand the shit, man. But back to this situation, man. Like you say, man, you got females that like the shit, like drama. If a female telling you, man, why are we going with this relationship? You can tell she's getting bored. The excitement is running out. The excitement is running out.
Right. So, the well is pouring dry. I need to be filled again.
Right. I need something to do. I need something, So it's like, I think she probably was the aggressor. Cause keep in mind, she was already mad with him being out. I didn't hear motherfucker say, "Oh, he came in beating her while she was sleeping." Motherfucker, you telling me if he come to the door, you don't think that shit woke her up?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying, BJ? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
We talking about a hotel room, BJ. You don't think that shit woke me? That's gonna wake anybody up? Cause he probably knocking on the door.
Hey, realist, you know what's funny about that? Because you said she was mad, right? She probably was up waiting for him to come home, or or she was light sleeping and she just dozed off for a little bit of time. She wasn't that damn in REM sleep.
I don't believe she was in no deep sleep because females don't operate like that. You see what I'm saying? They gonna wait up so they can get at you about what you know.
Yeah, where was you at? Where was you at? Who's that man?
Right. And she was. If I had to put money on it, I would say she was probably the aggressor because she's mad about it. See if a guy out doing wrong, he ain't gonna come in on some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not really coming in on bullshit like that. Now he already know he gotta go home to some bullshit. Oh, the door lock. Okay, like you say, and then like you say, even with the hotel security, you think this man? I mean, well, we don't know. I don't know him. Like I said, we don't know him. But you got to be crazy if this person let me in a room. I'm just gonna go in and just jump on this person.
Nah. That's not what happened.
Like you say, man.
She. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing people ain't thinking about. So it's not even the women, because I don't even, like I said, with the women who making these videos, I mean, I already know what time it is. So I'm not really talking. I'm talking about the men who don't use cognitive thinking and say, well, wait a minute. So the reports say that she woke up out of her sleep and he had to get somebody to open the door. And he just ran in like the Incredible Hulk. 'Cause keep in mind, he's 6'5".
Right.
Was she 5'8"?
Uh-huh.
So he just strangled her, and then she lost conscious, but she was alert enough to run out the room and just ask for help.
Like so say, it's a lot of like I say, when I hear, and I ain't talking about females on YouTube, I'm talking about these guys. that I was hearing this shit, and I'm just thinking like, man, y'all motherfuckers crazy. But like I said, it's just all about want to be that first person putting out some shit, and not really even thinking about, well, this don't make sense. You know what I mean? And it's not about being. See, you know what I noticed, BJ? Motherfuckers want to be, and I get it. Who want to be wrong? Don't nobody want to be wrong, but people want to be right so bad about shit that ain't, man, this shit don't affect me and you at the end of the
Yeah.
day. But like I say, man, I didn't heard just so many crazy stories. Like you say, they're not really even just sitting down and just thinking, this don't make sense. And that's why I said, man, you know, you pretty much broke it down. You know, like I say, if I'm going to listen to this live, it's kind of hard to disagree with what you're saying, you know?
Bro, I was talking to a woman last night, right? I was talking to this female, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt until she said something to me. She's like, BJ, do you honestly think that he just went in there, just beat her down? And at first I was like, I know something happened. And then she was like, that's not what I asked you. I said, do you think that he came in and just started hitting her and just started beating on her? Because she said, I don't think that's what happened. And all the shit that I broke down, part of it came from like me just listening to her side. I'm like, damn, that does make sense. Okay, yeah, he came in at this time, and then she started seeing like the information, because there's a lot of women who don't condone this shit. Like, there's a lot of women who will call other women out for their bullshit.
Right.
And those are the ones that we gotta actually look out for, and we the ones who are just batshit crazy, or just, you know, enjoy that type of, like, you gotta differentiate the two. So yeah, that's why I said some of this stuff I didn't even, if it wasn't for her talking to me about this last night, I probably wouldn't even said it, bro. Because they made it sound so good. They made it sound like she was just innocent. I'm like, well, damn, her sister. I mean, how normal can you be having a sister like that?
Right. And like you said, and like I said, he could have done that, but it just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? The evidence, when we hear in the story, you know, you kind of just assume like, man, that just don't seem right. You know, we could be wrong. You know, he could have, you know, once the people. I mean, like I said, I definitely don't think he just started whooping her while worker was there. You know, I definitely don't believe it's some shit like that. That's kind of hard to believe.
But you gotta ask yourself, really, what made him so mad to go into the room to start hitting her like that? Because the original people were thinking, if I go back to speculate, everybody want to be right, like you said. At first, they were saying, oh, they saw something on her phone.
Uh-huh.
Well, nigga, he was out all night. So it sounded like, if anything, she had a reason to be mad.
Right.
So why would he be mad when he just came out from having a good time?
Right. Exactly. And most guys, they already, like you say, when you just say if he out doing wrong, BJ, most guys know, okay, I gotta go home to some bullshit. Because she probably was blowing him up. So he ain't gonna really come home being aggressive. It's gonna be the one that's at home mad waiting. And like I said, we don't know what. Like I said, she could be a little crazy too. That won't surprise me if it came out, man. She got some issues too. I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, do I think? I mean, I don't see them breaking up. I ain't gonna say they're gonna marry each other. I think they'll stick around after this incident, but I don't think it's gonna last. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know, you remember that? Remember Baby Boy?
Oh yeah.
This is what this shit. This is what it seemed like. He come home, um, and then Yvette hits him like 15 million times. He hits her, pops her
Right.
one time, and then
Right.
she starts rolling on like we seen this, man. Like I don't know why people act like they don't know real life situations.
But no, what got me was motherfucker saying, "Man, this is a beautiful woman, man. How could you hit?" I'm just thinking to myself, "Damn, for you to even say some shit like that, like what the fuck, man? What the fuck, man? Like, I don't give a fuck if she was man. The next best thing to God, man. I mean, if she got issues,
She got
damn
issues.
that look right. That's what I'm saying, man. But it goes to show you how guys think, though.
Right, 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 right,
See, like
right.
I be telling motherfucker, man, hey, I analyze people too. So like I tell motherfucker, man, I'm lurking everywhere. I'm low key. I stay in the back cut, just analyzing. And I'm analyzing how people, how people think, man. If you can analyze people, because see, understanding people isn't hard, man.
Right, right.
But man, like the shit I done heard people say, man, on YouTube, on these lives about this shit, I'm just thinking like, wow, what the fuck? Like, wow. So, but man, it's like I say, it's like
Yeah,
Bruce said, and I agree, man. You got females that like that shit, and they get bored in a relationship, and sometimes they pick fights for the hell of it to spice up the relationship because they bored at that moment. So, but you got to, like you say, I always say if I ever hit a female, I know I come be with you because I lost respect for you.
mm-hmm.
So ain't no point being with you. Because if I hit you, it's just a matter of time when I'm gonna do it again. If I let you get me to the point that I had to put my hands on you, then why would I stay with you? You know what I mean? Because it's like you're gonna get me to that point again eventually.
I could tell why he would stay with her. He would stay with her because of that. Look at the comment.
Oh man. Oh shit. That's why
That's what.
people gotta guys gotta understand. I mean, we spoke on this shit lives ago, man. Streams ago. That's why guys ain't gonna get ahead because of that cat.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Thinking that cat is. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Let me put it out there for fellas, man. That cat is the only power she got. Once you already hit that cat, she gave you the power.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, man. You reached the mountaintop, man. Once you have sex with the only when you mess with a female, other than if you want long term goals with this female, you trying to build something. Guys, when they interact with that female, he's just trying to have sex. That's the main thing. Now, if you want to go and try to grow with this female, start a family, yeah, that can be cool. But when that shit first kick off, it's that sexual shit, BJ. It's sexual.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, man, that cat'll get you in trouble. That cat get you killed. That cat will
Mm-hmm.
make you lose your uh, like I say, homie to lose his career. So, but like I said, BJ,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you though, man. You broke it down. You broke it down, man. I agree with what you said. So
Respect. Respect. What up, Cam? What's good, bro?
What it do, BJs? What it do, panel?
What's
it's
Salute,
good
man.
good.
with you,
It's
man?
good.
Man, this what they do, man. The media, man, try to make the us black men look bad, but even though he did what he did, you know, like they don't want to put everything out there. They ain't gonna try to put everything out there. They try to make us, look bad, bash us for everybody, bash us like they doing KPJ. But it's mighty funny how, cause I'm still on this sister. She got some explaining to do. Cause while she out here talking about, oh, she gonna do this and that, she ain't tell us what happened to her husband, what she did to her husband, Dwayne Haskins.
Right.
If you go on her page, she got all her comments. In Instagram you can remove all the comments. So that's just all I had to say about
Yeah. And when you really break this down, you really start seeing who's really crazy.
And let's be honest, she ain't gonna do shit. She gonna have some niggas do the shit. Cause we know
Exactly.
how si- we know how silly niggas are. You know.
that. Facts.
And that's
We
another
know how
thing.
niggas move, how they operate. A female can run and tell them to do some shit for them, and they'll do it.
Yeah, she said in the post, she talking about we gonna do it to you. We gonna do it to you. Yeah.
Did she delete the
You
post too?
I got the post right here. She she deleted it, but I mean her dumb ass actually said something else, I think yesterday, threatening him. I think Oaktown said that wasn't smart. I mean, at the end of the day, when you deal with this type of toxicity, and I think with this dude, I think he is I, I think the girl thinks she has power over him, and she used that cat because again he young. I don't know about y'all, but when I was young, like 20, I was never been this dumb, but usually an older woman will get with a younger guy for that reason. They'll get with a younger guy to control them through sex and they own stupidity. That's when Bruce asked me why would she get with Kevin Porter Jr. Because women know the type of men they can control. See, they cannot, she couldn't do that to a man who has his shit together, his chairs pushed to the table, his head on straight. And that's another reason why they don't go for them type of men, because you can't play them. I know this through experience. Like there's certain things that they can pull with dumb men, they can't pull with men who actually got their stuff on straight. That's why you'll hear them say stuff like, "Oh, he's too good for me," or "What can I bring to the table?" They don't feel secure within themselves, so they want to actually get lower and less than, because that's what validates them. That's what lifts their self esteem up. I'm telling you, bro. I mean, I can write a book on this shit.
If a person tell you you too good for them, you better believe them.
Straight up, straight up. That's how it be. Somebody say something about themselves, you gotta believe it, man. I don't know if Mingo and Bruce still here.
So is he in jail right now? Still?
No,
He
he
been
got out on
he
bond.
burned it out. Oh,
He out on bond. So, and who's to say that she ain't still communicating with dude, and he telling her stuff and she buying into it. That's why I say, like, they gonna get back together one way or another.
hey, if I was him, I wouldn't do it.
Nah, he loved that cat too much.
Yeah, I agree. They still talking. I agree. I mean, like I say, he probably telling her, man, this may, I mean, lose my career. You know that.
Yeah.
Like I say, man, you what the fuck?
She
This
don't
could be
give a
another
fuck. I mean,
Oh,
lifetime
I
movie,
didn't
man.
mean I didn't mean it. I didn't, I
Right,
love.
right,
Yeah,
right, right. So
same shit.
it just got out of hand, And like you say, man, they probably do it so much where it did get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Every other time it was in their own house or something. This time it just happened, in a hotel. So
I don't know if you guys remember, but Robin Givens was getting beat up by Mike Tyson, and they got divorced, and he was still sleeping with her.
Mm.
Right? Robin Givens and Mike Tyson were getting interviewed by Barbara Walters on TV, and she was saying that he was beating her up.
yeah, I do remember that. But shit, she was there for something else though. That was like, that was business. That relationship was business. So.
There go the realist with that business shit.
No, shit. That's actually true. Even Mike Tyson said it. That was
Conspiracies, but
okay. Okay.
No, I'm fucking with you, bro. But yeah, man, I definitely think everybody making good points. I really I don't think that I don't know how many these situations we gonna see before we actually start opening our eyes. Even that lady with the brick, she Somalian. I don't know if y'all saw that video in Houston where that they said that she claimed that somebody just knocked her out with a brick and for no reason. Well, it turned out she lied because she was actually talking crazy to dude. Everybody was out there listening.
Mm-hmm.
And then no one stood up for her because she was running her. But there was videos of her slapping white people around in the face, talking about this is for reparations.
Was she a TikToker?
Houston women are crazy, man. I'm telling you.
She a TikToker, right?
Houston women are crazy. Sorry, BJ.
I don't think so.
No, I heard she was like a TikToker and she do like that type of content. Where
she a TikToker?
Messing with white people or something, asking white people to slap her. It was some shit like that. Y'all there?
Yes, I'm here. Go ahead.
Oh no.
So wait, I wanted to ask Bruce. So Bruce, you don't think that whole relationship was it wasn't real? You really think that Mike Tyson, that Robin Givens shit was real?
It could be both. It could be business and pleasure. But I don't think there was love. I think it was.
But that's all I'm saying. So I'm saying that's business. That was just business. That shit. That's all that was. It was just business. So that's not a conspiracy.
I think it was business for her, but it was only physical for Tyson.
Right. That's what. Well, yeah. That's what I was talking about. Her. It was business for her. So. And like I say, man, you got a lot. You got a lot of that. You got a lot of those type of relationships out there. So.
And just like this relationship, I don't think she loves the dude. I think she just wants the pleasure. It's physical to me.
Wait a minute. Wait. She wants the pleasure.
Yeah, she's just. I think there's some kicking stuff going on. Like beat me up. Like, talking crazy, right?
Yeah, man.
I want you to kill me tonight.
But you know what? Bruce is right. Like when we laugh about it as if we laugh about like why would you want to get beat up? Like that ain't smart. But a lot of when you have mental issues, bro, and you got all these fantasies through your head. I remember there's this one study that said that women want to be actually choked out by their partners because it fulfills a fantasy. Like we laughing, but I mean that goes. You don't know what goes them through their minds, man. Shit, Bruce is right.
I agree. You don't know what's the next person thinking, but damn.
Hey, y'all, real deal. Like, he ain't lying, though. Like,
Yeah.
even though
I
his
was watching that
relationship,
I was watching that
he really like niggas like hitting on him.
I was watching that Chris Brown and interview with Shannon, right? I gotta actually finish it. But I see he didn't bring up that his relationship with Rihanna. So, Chris Brown probably told him not to bring, don't ask questions about that incident. But I feel like that's another situation where that incident fucked up his career in a way.
Right.
Because let's be honest, Chris Brown should be his career should be, if not, well, I ain't gonna say as greater, but damn near similar to Drake.
I
But
think
I think
all
he
that
is.
shit went. Nah, hell no,
I
hell
think
no.
Chris
Wait a
Brown
minute, what
could
do
have
you
been.
mean?
I
Drake is
think Chris
more. I mean,
Brown.
Chris Brown has way more talent than Drake.
What do
Did
Yeah.
you
you
hear what I
mean?
just said though? Did you hear? That's why I say he should be the same on the same level, but he's not though. He's
Chris
not.
Chris Brown
I
should
think.
be Chris Brown should be that bigger than Drake. That dude,
He, he should be bigger, right?
he should have had, because he had comparisons to Michael Jackson, bro.
He
Like,
But
still
okay,
making hits though.
but BJ, is he bigger than Drake?
no, he's not.
And we both just said he should be bigger than him, right? If
But
Yeah.
not,
wait a minute.
if not next to him, he should be bigger than him. But he's
But
not
wait a
though.
minute. But wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh
Why
shit!
do why
I know when Mika voice get low like that.
wait a minute. Why do y'all think he should be bigger? Why do y'all think that? What you
I
My
could tell
man
why.
is very talented, man. This man had everything: the singing, the
you trying to
rapping,
say
the
Drake is not
dancing.
talented?
He
I
ain't as
think
talented as Chris Brown.
I
Did you
think
I
not just
Chris
think
hear what
I
I just
think
Brown.
said,
I think
Miko Jack?
I
Did you
think
not just hear what I just said, man?
I think
This
Wait
man
a
Drake
had.
minute.
is has more marketing skills.
No,
It-
because Drake can
yes,
sing and rap.
yes.
Drake
Literally.
ain't even.
Some people are more talented, but some people have better PR. I think Kelly Rowland is more talented than Beyonce,
I don't
in
know.
my opinion.
I agree
I
with you on
agree.
that.
I agree
I
with
agree
that.
with you on that. Yes, I agree with you on that.
So why is Beyonce getting all the Queen Bee, Queen whatever? Because she has a better PR, better marketing.
Yeah,
But Chris
yeah.
Brown was on it. You can market Chris Brown too,
We ain't
man.
gonna repeat that
You
shit.
can. I mean that Chris Brown should. And like I said, I'm not going to even say he should be better. He should be right there with Drake.
Man, he should
If
be
you don't
better
want to
than
say
Drake.
better, I was just saying if people don't want to say better because Drake been. I mean because all the shit Drake been around for a hot minute and then people will say he's still kind of number one.
No, they
He
won't.
should be right on that
I'm,
Drake
I'm,
level.
I'm
Drake is
sorry,
not
Drake.
even the
Some
hardest
of
in his
Drake's
era
songs
right
are a
now.
mess, and I see people liking them. I'm like,
But Drake can sing and rap though. That's my
I
point.
agree.
he,
Hey, I agree with you. A lot of his shit now, he just put out just shit just to stay
He
relevant at
can't
this
dance
point.
though. That boy Chris Brown can sing, rap, dance, and play
Man,
basketball all at once.
yeah,
I don't know
Chris
about the rap.
Brown, man.
I don't know about the rap part.
Chris Brown, man. He's talented. I ain't gonna lie, he is, man.
I
He
don't know
Hey,
about
is.
the rap part
that
of it,
nigga
but
is
okay.
that nigga is 30
That
times
nigga
better
got
than Drake.
bars. He got mixtapes. I heard this. He got bars too.
I don't
He
know.
is 30
I don't
times
know.
better than Drake, nigga.
30 times better than Drake at what?
Drake is an industry plant, bro.
Bro, you gotta stop it. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, bro. You gotta stop the cap.
I think I saw something that Chris Brown said he has like 5,000 unreleased songs or something like that. Something crazy
15,
like that.
15,000, 15,000.
15,000, bro. That's insane.
Drake is not even the hardest in his era. What are we talking about?
What do you mean the hardest in this era? What is this era?
He ain't better than J. Cole. He ain't better than Kendrick
Really?
Lamar.
Man,
So that's what
He
we're
ain't
doing?
better than He ain't better than Weezy.
That's what we doing.
Keep going.
Lil Wayne is not Drake era.
He ain't better than Future to me.
What?
Future is
Okay,
not
I
Drake
was
era.
I agree with
I
the
ain't gonna lie.
others, but I don't know about the
Now you
future.
ain't gonna right. Now you going too far with that future
I don't
shit.
know about the future one.
Nah, niggas mess with Future. Like a lot of niggas know
Yeah,
Future.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of people like this crazy music. So they ain't saying shit.
Drake is better than
And then
Future
we talking about
at
old Future,
music
nigga. The
and
old
protection.
Future really like that.
Nah, Future nice though. I like Future though.
I ain't talking about this new. Well, both of them to me, I don't listen to them. I don't listen to either of 'em. I just listen to Future old shit and Drake old shit. Like a lot of they old shit, way harder than what they put out
Yeah,
now.
it seems like you don't like light skin bros people.
I just said I listen to Drake old shit, bro.
Mm.
A lot of them guys be kind of trash that y'all be talking about.
Yeah, like Drake.
I mean,
Like
I
the
guess
like what
I
what
guess
was
his
the song again?
I guess his record
Something
sales say something
do you
different.
want me? What that was a good
Nah, I'm
song.
just playing, bro. Who you fuck with now, Mingo? I know it probably ain't too many niggas.
I mean,
Hey,
I don't like a lot of these new guys, bro. I just don't. I don't. I like
hey,
guys like Jeezy, T.I. Give me those guys. Lil Wayne. Give me
hey.
those guys.
Facts.
The
You
old
know,
Gucci man.
you know how you could tell if a nigga is good at music, you ain't gotta skip no songs. I heard almost every Chris Brown album. I probably in each album skipped one song,
Chris Brown is a walking hit, bro.
bro. That man, the realist is right. If the old boy didn't have that Rihanna on this, because they canceled him after that. They called him a woman beater and all that stuff. So he hearing that at his shows. If Chris Brown never had that on his resume, bro, that dude would be man.
Hey, how many albums Drake dropped out of his career? Because if we
A lot.
being real, it's only like 3 or 4 albums that's really like that's
Yeah.
unskippable.
Uh, sh- honestly, yeah, about four albums that I can recall. I mean, Chris Brown been
Drake
doing
got
this since he was 15. I think he was 15 when he started.
Drake got seven. Drake got 7 studio albums.
Yeah, out of 7, like 4 of them got no skip. 3 or
He
4.
got 7 studio albums, and and Drake highest
Hey,
selling
he ain't
album.
really got that many albums.
He got 7, and his highest selling album. You know, he sold like 42 million copies that of that, like the first album that he made, and then he yeah, dude got a man. He got a lot of stuff. My goodness.
So hit for hit, you think he
Shit.
messing with C Breezy?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah,
Chris
definitely.
Brown got more hits than this nigga.
No, he doesn't. No,
Classic
he
hits.
doesn't. No, he
Classic
doesn't.
hits.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he
That's a
does,
lie.
my nigga. What are we
That's a
talking
lie.
about?
No, bro, he do not.
For the
Drake is one of the best selling artists in history. What are we talking about here, bro? No,
I'm
he
talking about
don't.
hit for hit, classic hits. Chris
Yes,
Brown
that's what
got
we're
more
talking
hits
about.
than
He
that.
don't have more than Drake. No, he
Yes, he
doesn't.
do. Classic hits that you can go and replay
Bro,
any day.
Drake, Chris do not have more
Drake do
hits
not
than
have
Drake,
those.
bro. He
Drake do not
doesn't.
have those.
Stop it, bro. Man, what are we talking about? I don't even know I'm arguing with you with
BJ,
this.
you hear this nigga, man?
I don't even know why I'm arguing with you. That's
He said
pointless.
he said hit for hit, nigga. He better than Chris Brown. Oh my
He
god.
is. Drake got more hits than Chris Brown. He do.
Oh my god. Classic hits. I ain't talking about just hits in general. I'm talking about classic
Bro, a
hits.
hit is a hit. You talking about classic. A hit is a hit, regardless of that.
Hit ain't no hit. A lot of hits ain't getting played today. Ain't
What are
getting
we talking
replayed.
about
Ain't getting
here?
replayed.
A hit is a hit. Regardless if it's getting played or not, it's still a hit.
Nah, nigga. We talking about hits that's get replayed. Nigga.
Just because people not playing the Beatles don't mean it's not a hit. What are you talking about?
Man, you tripping, Mingo Justin.
No, you're tripping. What are you talking about?
Nigga Drake low.
I'm not a Drake lover, bro. We got to be honest
Drake
about it,
got more
bro.
hits than Weezy.
Yeah.
What? Oh my god! Get him out of
Bro,
here!
you're going by the name.
Get him
I'm
out
talking
of
about
here!
actual facts here.
Classic hits
You
than
going by the
Weezy,
name?
nigga.
Yes, Drake has.
What?
Oh,
Oh
but
no!
what are we talking about
Get
here?
him out of here.
Talking about.
That nigga. That nigga don't even need to talk music no more, bro. He got more classic hits than Weezy F Baby, bro. Come on, man. You
He do,
tripping,
bro. He really does.
tripping, bro.
He really does, bro.
Tripping, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, give or take. I I'm gonna get y'all lasting thoughts of this, man. Before we shut it down. So what you think gonna happen to Kevin Porter, Cam? I think I heard Mingle, but what you think gonna happen to him?
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Uh,
I was just about to kill him.
I mean, I want to see dude back in the league, but I don't think he gonna. I don't think with these allegations he gonna, you know, they gonna bring him back. The dude is
Yeah,
talented.
BJ just saved you, guy.
Dude is talented.
Yeah, is
I think he done though.
you think he
Especially
done?
with his, he got a history of things, so you already know once it pile up and get you out of there.
Yeah,
I don't, man. That is tough, man. Because like I said, if we don't see no pictures, I think we just gonna. I think the league waiting to see how it's play out. You know what
Is
I mean?
is the bridge is Miles Bridges is he coming back or
He already back. He done signed a deal with Charlotte
Yeah, he's
Hornets
back.
already.
And see, that's what I'm basing that
so
shit on. I'm basing that on his situation. See, and we seen pictures,
right,
and he back
right.
in. So that's why I
yeah.
say, and, and motherfuckers, they quick to say, "Oh man, he's done." Man, come on, get the fuck off before I say some shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Let
yeah.
me
I
get the fuck
mean,
off there,
I
man.
think with
It's like,
these dudes,
man,
I think with these two dudes, they so talented and young that the league is gonna give them a chance, another chance. You know, in my opinion.
I mean, he kind of allows these guys to get slaps on the wrist.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's who they is, man. Like they status and stuff is what exempts them from a lot of that stuff that goes on. They status. Like if they didn't have that status, they'll be going straight to jail. No questions asked. But being that they who they is, you know what I'm saying, they name, they popularity, you know, some of these guys can do no wrong in some people's eyes. I mean, no, regardless of what they do in some people's eyes, they can't do no wrong. That's just
Man,
reality of the situation. I mean, we could talk about an R. Kelly. We could talk about a lot of these guys. It's their status that makes them who they are. And a lot
right?
of people exempt them from a lot of stuff.
I agree. That's
Even
why
if
when
it's wrong.
almost
when they were
almost
saying,
felt the
"Oh,
same
he
way.
going to jail, he going to prison," I'm thinking to myself, like, really, man? Do y'all? I be
Nah,
just
Kelly.
thinking. I be thinking, man. Do y'all? Is people just saying this shit just to say it, or do you actually believe the shit you be saying?
I'm starting to think a lot of this shit is shock value. I think you
This
get a
man ain't finna go to no prison, no 6, 10. Okay, man. What the fuck? Man? What the fuck, man? He finna go to prison for 10 years. Really?
yeah.
Nah, man. It don't work like that, man.
You saying Kels?
No, I'm talking about what you call it, Kevin
KPJ.
Porter. Yeah,
KPJ.
right. He's not
Yeah,
going to
10 years
jail.
is crazy. 10 years is crazy
He's not doing no time in jail. He gonna pay some fines. Do you think they really want him in prison, man? Hell no. They take his money. The state will take his money. The state of New York can take his money.
Well, they definitely do that.
I
Right.
don't know. With his dad reputation, they do might want him locked up.
That's what I'm saying. They take his money. They take it. They take your money and say, "Go ahead and fuck up again, so we can hit you with a bigger fine."
Right.
You a little fish, man.
I agree with that.
Think about tax evasion. You can go out and cheat on your taxes. They ain't gonna put you in jail. They'll fine you. They want the big fish, so they can hit them with the fines, man. So like I said, man, this man ain't gonna be in no prison. I don't really see. Depending on what else comes out, if I had to guess, I think a team will pick him up. Will he play this season? Probably not, because it's so fresh. And we about to we start basketball next month. So he probably ain't gonna play this season.
Next month on 24th.
Did the
Right.
Rockets waive him? Did the Rockets waive him?
Nah,
No.
they ain't gonna waive him.
Yeah, see,
I don't-
If they waive him, they're gonna have to eat that salary.
Right.
You
Yeah.
don't want to do
you
that.
gotta look at that.
Right. And it was
But
so
then
crazy
again,
because they wanted to trade him. Like shit, ain't nobody else gonna touch him.
I mean, they might. I mean, who knows? As time goes, because you gotta remember who's coaching. Shit, Ime Udoka's coaching, so he the last person to talk about what's morally correct. So if you gonna like get rid of him because of this, he may be thinking to himself, well, maybe I could spare him or convince the organization to keep him. Like Cam said, he is a talented. He's talented as well. He can really help that Houston team.
Udoka thinking like shit. I already got shit. I got to answer. I don't have to answer your bullshit too. So the fuck he thinking.
Oh,
that's true. But
They better
no,
get
though, like I said
They
though,
better get
man,
that PR team ready.
But
he probably not gonna play this year. But he'll probably come back. Once after this season. So
But Udoka might be one of the main reasons he stayed, because when he like one of the first guys to, talk to Udoka when he got there.
yeah. Showed up to his press conference and everything.
See, they probably already got that relationship right there.
He gonna have to get his PR team together. That's all.
Facts.
Once that happens, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Adam Silver might not even kick him out the league.
all right, though, y'all. I'm about to hop off. I just want to say this. Hey, Mingo, man, you better go listen to some Chris Brown, man. Stop playing, boy.
I like Chris Brown. But bro, if you just look at just like the catalog and everything, man, they're killing them, bro.
Man, Chris Brown got more hits.
No, he doesn't, bro. Listen. I'm just gonna give you one quick stat, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Drake don't even compare.
For his number one hits, Drake got 28. Number one hit. Lil Wayne only has 11. You see the big difference? See, that's my point. But I'm gonna leave you with that, though.
Classic hits. And see, nigga, you try to go to the numbers and shit. I'm talking about classic hits.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying.
Hits, he don't have more classic hits than Lil Wayne.
Bro, what is a classic hit?
That is. And we don't even want to talk about who albums.
He keep on talking about classic hit. What is a classic hit?
It's not even close. Hits.
Tell me what's the classic hit.
Hits that you can play to this day and enjoy them and vibe to them, nigga. That's what I'm talking about.
How many people you heard listening? How many people you hear listening to the Beatles or Elvis Presley or any of those guys?
Nigga, don't you
But they some of the best selling artists of all time, like literally. So what does that matter? I'm not understanding where you're going with that. A hit is a hit.
Don't you still hear Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares, nigga?
But I ain't talking about Meek Mill. I said Elvis Presley and the Beatles.
I'm just naming an example of it.
Just because you don't hear those guys, just because you don't hear people playing it, don't mean it's not a hit. It's still a hit.
I know that. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're saying, but I'm saying hits that you can go to any cookout and you can hear the song, nigga.
That doesn't matter, man. That doesn't matter at all. That
Nah,
don't matter at all.
of
Cause a
course,
hit is
then
a
you ain't
hit.
hearing no Drake.
What you
Yeah.
mean? It doesn't matter. A hit is a hit
You
still.
ain't hearing too many Drake. You might hear a few
So
Drake.
so basically, homie saying Drake music have an expiration on it. That's what he's saying. Drake music have an expiration.
I mean, you might hear
No.
a few Drake old classics. Like started from the bottom. Um, what's the song with where LeBron when he had LeBron in the video? I want this shit forever, man, ever, man. Like songs like that.
Forever. Yeah,
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you don't hear that shit no more. But see,
Well, I
the
mean,
point I was just
I'm
the
saying
point
that
I was
I
just
still do hear that.
the
I
point
still
the
do hear
point
that song.
the point I was just making is, and I always said this shit, man, because I debated about this shit years ago. All I'm saying is how talented Chris Brown was, whatever you might want to say. If you take away that Rihanna shit, he should be on that same level as Drake. If you don't want to put him above Drake,
Most
he
definitely.
right there. If you say he won A, just say if Drake won A, he definitely won B. So that's all I was just saying.
Drake is 1C.
Well, I'm just saying because Drake he is up there. I ain't gonna just knock Drake like that. Drake is up there, but I just say Chris Brown. Take away that Rihanna shit, he should be up
Oh,
there too.
he'll
Because like I say,
definitely.
they don't even, like he said, they don't even let him perform at award shows, man.
Yeah,
So
he definitely blackballed.
so, but all right though, y'all.
All right, really. All right, y'all. Shit, we're gonna end it there then. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. So that concludes today's show, Saturday afternoons. Also announcement I want to make to y'all, man. I'm about to be starting a Patreon channel. Actually, I just started a Patreon channel. I will continuously promote that since YouTube is more stricter with some of the videos I put out now. Um, a lot of them actually are pretty deep, so I have to start moving, episodes like this to my Patreon. So I ask that y'all continuously support. If you guys want to get signed onto my Patreon channel, I'll make sure to promote that into the community section. But all it is basically it's videos that I will be producing in detail, a lot of helpful things for people, man, and a lot of deep knowledge and topics that I'll talk about. Because again, YouTube, the guidelines are so strict, it's sensitive, so they don't want you expounding on different things. So the way my mind works and the research that I put on and the knowledge and stuff like that, just be pretty frank with y'all, some of my topics are too strong for YouTube, right? So I have a Patreon channel now, and I will be dropping that in the community section weekly, where you guys can find it and you guys can become a subscriber to it. It's literally $5 a month to be a part of it, but trust me, it's way worth it. And I ask that y'all do come and check it out, because I think it'll be able to help a lot of men, women, and people in general. So um, I encourage you guys to come into the Patreon. But if you guys love the show today, hit that like button. It's free. Hit that like button. Or if you guys would like, hit the Cash App if y'all truly enjoyed it or y'all thought the information was very valuable. We'll be back on tomorrow with the Sunday episode. But until next time, respectfully say, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull out, peace. Out of here like swimwear.
You like that? Woo!
She put hands.